Welcome everyone to our BeActivating business our Zoom office training. It's Tuesday, 10 a.m. Pacific. We do our training from 10 to 11 every Tuesday. And then we actually do the work from 11 to 12 Pacific. We work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays from 11 to 12 Pacific. And Sheila, if you could unmute yourself, we have Sheila Hay. She's going to co-train with me today because part of our business is working together, training together, developing together, and Sheila's asked to be able to do that. And of course, the answer is always yes, we do that. So Sheila, before we even start on how we do the exposing call, how has this office been for you, and why do you think it was developed, and is it working for you, and why?
Okay, so I remember months and months and months ago, before you started it, you and I had a phone call about how we'd much rather go do our laundry than sit down and pick up the phone. And I was really in that space. And then I think it was maybe 3 weeks later, you started the office hours. And what it's done for me has been able to give me confidence and courage, because I'm one of those people that prefers not to speak on a telephone. And so having everyone else in the room, in the same space, doing the same thing, picking up that phone, it helped me alleviate a lot of fear. And so I'm really grateful to Miss Marci for choosing to have this whole program for us. And so that's why one of the reasons I wanted to be involved in it is because I love to help with training in any field, but because it has made such an impact on my life and helped me break through, I want to help other people as well do the same thing.
Well, you know, it's interesting, Sheila, because this is Sheila, like her and Kathleen live in Hawaii, right? And island's small, and they're bouncing around, meeting people, patching people, getting phone numbers. They do true belly to belly list making. Kind of remember how Donna Reiners talked about being out and taking numbers, taking pictures, adding it to the list. And so I knew that that's what these girls were doing, but I also knew that the hardest part after getting all the fun part is going out and giving a patch, getting a number, you know, kind of floating around. I don't know, I think of it kind of like a bee flying around and pollinating all the flowers. And then all of a sudden you got a list of 20. And then what do? All of a sudden you get home, and now you're home. Kathleen's at her house, Sheila's at her house. You have the list, and you got this big old phone, and it's heavy. You know what I mean? It's heavy, and you're like, oh, I had so much fun. It was so light. And now I got to like follow up with all these people, right? That's and right. So that sometimes is the hardest part. And it's the hardest part for me too, you know? Jan was making fun of me the other day. She's like, you need to get your follow-up together. I've been watching you. You've been taking all these numbers, but you're not following up like you should. I mean, she called me out on it the other day in the airplane. I'm like, how do you know my business? She's like, I know. I don't even know how she knows. She just knows, right? And so, you know, that is important to have the office so that we're all on Zoom doing it. And you guys, we work an hour, but we work an hour really focused. So what you really want to do in this hour is just really say, I'm calling these 5 people, whether you got them belly to belly, whether you put these people on your list from Instagram or from Facebook, or gosh, my friend Micah is teaching me freaking Clubhouse. I mean, this is a whole new thing. I mean, Sheila knows it. But I got these 7 back channel people, and I'm like, oh my God, I got phone numbers, and I got to call them, right? And so that was why yesterday, I don't know if you guys remembered, I'm like, okay, you guys, you can only call me for the first 30 minutes because I got work to do again. You know, like I'm trying to say that I am absolutely no different than you guys. We're all building a business together based on our list book. Who has a list book here? Does everybody have a list book? Sheila, how do you do your list book, and why do we need one?
So my list book, I have multiple ones actually. And one is for the in-person visits that we do, Kathleen and I, and we'll take a notebook and we just go to businesses after business and write their name, their phone number, their email down, and then we divide those up between the two of us, and they go in my book. This book is for my back office people. So when, like yesterday, the suggestion was made, hey, go into the back office and contact your people that we just came out with Shine and Dream. Well, I'll tell you what, 3 people preferred customers went in and they have ordered Shine and Dream already.
Wait, slow down for a minute. You guys better be taking notes because Sheila's giving you some good stuff. So Sheila has another book, and this book, if I understand right, is where you go to personal enroller tree and you put all the people that you've enrolled, whether they're preferred customers, brand partners, whether they're on auto ship, whether they have an X and a phone number. And she probably called every single one of them and told them about the 30% off Black Friday and told them about Dream and Shine. Is that what you did?
I texted.
Oh,
I did texted them, and it works because not only I have a really great story about Shine. I already have a friend of mine has a testimonial about it. And so I was able to put that into the text, and the men are the ones that wanted it, because my friend, who, I don't know if you know Steve Littler, but he got the Shine at convention.
yeah.
And before convention, he had his blood work done. He's either in his late 60s or early 70s. And when he finished his bottle of Shine, it was time for him to go back and get more blood work. And his testosterone was increased 130%.
Are you kidding?
No. On that last October finale that I did, that last call, he came on and shared that with all of us.
What's his name?
Steve Littler.
I want Steve on our Thursday call December 1st with you. We got to sell some Shine with testosterone. It's up how much? 100 and what?
130 he went up. I'm mind blowing.
And that's on Shine. Okay, so you ready for this, guys? Here's one thing you're going to do today. I'm going to give you a job in the office, because do I get to be the boss today? I think I'm going to be the boss today. Here's your job. Pretend like you work for me. You're all going to go into your personally enrolled team today, and you're going to write down all the people and their phone number, and you've got to do individual text, not a group text. And you're going to say, hey, we got this new Shine. It's increasing for the men testosterone 130% and gives energy. The Dream puts you to sleep and it increases the love hormone oxytocin, which is great for, it really is great for youthful tissue. But if you know what I mean, ladies, youthful tissue, you get that? Anybody get that? Okay, you got that, right? Okay, so just text. I mean, you have to be a little careful. You know what I'm saying? Like, be smart about what you say, how you say it. Don't be weird. But you could just text. What you'll find is if you have 20 people that you've enrolled and you text, you'll get 3 that hit you back. You could also, Sandra, are you there? You want to unmute yourself? Do you have a question? Are you excited? Or yeah, okay, I know. You're like, I'm so excited. I'll just get high. She's like, my testosterone. And then you could also, so do that maybe today. And then tomorrow, we work tomorrow. What are we going to do tomorrow in the office? Do the text again, but do it on the 30% off all the Black Friday, right? So 30% off. What do we have 30% off? X39, Ice Wave,
Nirvana, SP6, Alavita is only, for the whole kit, is only $104. I mean, that's 2 sleeves of Alavita and 2 tubes of cream.
That's you can literally say something like this, one sentence. So 30% off, and then you go X39 builds lean muscle mass. Ice Wave reduces pain. Just write this down so you have a quick thing. Alavita regenerates collagen.
Right.
What's the other one? Oh, SP6.
SP6
stops food cravings. Do we have any other one?
Let's see. Let me just pull that up to be sure.
Oh, Nirvana. Nirvana makes you happy. Okay,
and
there you go.
the Nirvana, the supplement and the Nirvana patches are on special, as well as just Nirvana.
Okay,
So
fantastic. So
okay.
basically that's what you do. You say, it's Black Friday. We got 30% off our top sellers. Would you like this? Text me back. And then you have a different text, I think, for the Shine and Dream, because they're a little newer. And you just play around with those. And you just literally be calling your personally enrolled these 2 days and sell. You can increase your volume easy on personally enrolled texts by 1,000 to 2,000 points this week. And Sheila's right. You don't have to call everybody. You could just text. You'll get stuff hit back on that. You'll get people that haven't bought from you in a year going, really? I'll take that again. And when it's a text, who cares? You're just, I mean, okay, you ready for this? If you don't text, what percent of no is it?
It's 100%.
It's 100% no. If you do text, what is it, Sheila?
Well, at least 30%.
Yes, at least 30% yes, maybe even 50% yes.
That's right.
So why not? And what are you going to do in the office anyway? That's what we're here for. Do it. Okay, so you guys, I'm the boss. I'm giving you a job for today and tomorrow. We're doing personally enrolled. Okay, I swear I'll make you money this week. Okay, that was great idea. Gail, you got a lot of personally enrolled to call you and Lisa. Get a working. Okay. Wow, that was fun. Okay, so where are we? Okay, so we've already heard from Sheila how she has a book where she goes and cold calls businesses. She has a book to upsell her personally enrolled people. Good learning. What's your next book, Sheila? Hey.
My next book is people that I find on the internet that I think that might be interested. So I'm again just cold calling stuff. And that's let's see. Oh, this is a watering list. So these are the people from our event that we went and saw. And actually, it's really funny because Kathleen and I last 2 weeks ago before she left, these are all the notes that we took when we were out doing belly to belly before our October event. And then again, we split those once we got, these are people that we continue to touch. Okay. Yep. And there's certainly, there comes a point where we both look at each other and say, okay, we've crossed the finish line with that people. Some people's philosophy is you never stop dripping and watering. To me, and this is my own personal humble opinion, please, is that yes, there is a time when I can stop watering, because you know what? I need to focus on the people that I just recently contacted too. And somebody that is just ghosting me and not answering the texts or the phone calls. And that's one of the big things that Marci has taught me. Call and text, text and call, call and text, text and call. Do both. And it just allows you, I think, to be able to say, okay, I'm going to stop contacting this person, because after 3 months of every other week contact, if you got nothing, I'm not saying to totally cut them out of your life, but I'm just saying, don't focus on them like you think that they're going to be the one.
Yeah. And I think it's really good too, that, you know, though not do what I say, not what I do. I need to be more organized. But if I was more organized, those kinds of people, I would then put either in another book or on the back of the book. That's like the people, you know, I don't know what you want to say. This is the wrong energy, but the lame-os, you know, but I don't mean that. That's wrong. But
so,
you know, that.
So what I do, Mars, is that they're still in my book. But like this one right here says, crossed the finish line. Okay.
Kiki has something too. She'll let Kiki unmute. She got something. She's got the cross the finish line list too. Where's that, Kiki?
Well, you know, Wendy Morgan gave us a great, daily list.
Yeah.
So I just put the daily list. Colleen is my first business builder, and she's on here, and she got a silver today, and we're going to put another one later. But anyway, so I have this. with all the numbers. You see 1 through
Wow.
30. And then for those people that that are not responding in the back, I have January through December, and I'll throw them in 2 months later or whatever I think, if I don't want to contact them for a month or two, and then I'll get back to them then, so that I'm not contacting them every 2 weeks. But I'm
Look how
Beautiful.
organized Kiki's book is.
That's after 2 years, Mark. I just figured it out.
Where's that? You got that list from Wendy?
Yes, let me show you that. You probably know what it is. It
I
looks
don't
like this.
know. Do me
The
a
DD
favor. Will
checklist,
you
I
text
think.
Wendy and tell her to email me that? I'll put it on the biz site. Oh,
think
that.
It is.
But
It is on
how?
the site.
It
And you
is.
put it in your daily, like today's the 21st. So if I sell today, 5 days from now, I'll put this 5 days from now and I'll call.
So you're doing one per, you have like a book of these dailies with like 100 different sheets for different people in it? Is that what you're really doing?
I'm Vasi, I'm not Marci.
What does that, what did she say?
That
I
means I
missed-
got 20 sheets. I don't.
I know, but but so that's how you're doing the list. It's not like she gave you a sheet with lines on it.
No,
your-
but it's got on the side here, check marks, startx39.com, send testimonial, notify of patching requests, in touch app, follow up, all these things. And then I check them off as I do them. And these
Wow.
are for serious people. If they're not serious, they get a piece of notebook paper. So
And you have the ones you're working, the current ones you're working at the front, and the ones that are kind of cross the finish line people you throw in the back.
I put them in the monthly. Yeah.
In the monthly. So this is
monthly.
what? This is weekly, daily, or monthly? Hold on, Lori. I'll call on you in a minute, baby.
Okay. So what I did is here, I don't want to confuse you because I have a, right, Colleen, I confused. But anyway, here is the daily 1 through 31. You can get this at Staples. Today's the 22nd. So I go into the 22nd and I have my list of all the people in here and I do it. And then if they don't get a response, then I'll put them back here. Say I don't want to contact them because they're deadbeats. So I put them back here in the monthly. Maybe in 3 months, I'll contact them again.
Good.
And so then in December, I'll take all my stuff out here and put them in the daily for January.
She's more organized. Like, that's a very organized way to do it. My book, we go from Sheila that has 3 different books, me that has 1 list book. You know what I mean? Like, I sometimes worry, like, oh, there's that person again. You know what I mean? Like,
But I can't sell.
So there's another thing that I do too, guys, okay? And I'm on the LifeWave In Touch app,
Yes.
and I use it to do the waterings through. So I will take my names and numbers and put them into the LifeWave app so that then it's not, I've got 2 follow-up areas, I've got my book, but the phone sends me, when you set them, it'll send you an alert that says follow up with Susie Q today. And so you can keep track of waterings in that way too. So some people that want to be totally pulled into the tech world, there is that beautiful, beautiful option of the In Touch app. And you can send startx39now.com through that. As long as you're just hitting the text button, you can send whatever you want to people through In Touch. You just gotta, play around with it. But that way, if you're not a paper hound like me and Kiki and Marci, you can do it on your phone or your computer.
Yeah, I think it's great. Lori, go ahead, honey.
If you want to go ahead and share a screen, I'll show you exactly where to find that for everybody who wants to know where that paper is that Kiki was talking about.
Sure.
Because if I'm not organized, I could just drop the ball. Okay,
I just gave you share screen, Lori.
there you go. So right here where it says the 14 steps, you click on the 14 steps, you go all the way down to the area where it says take the order, and then you go all the way down where it says after the health tracker, the 1-page customer intake. Now, what she was showing wasn't in color, but Wendy redid this recently. And she did it in color so it catches our eye and we can keep track of everything that we need to do. And I literally take an intake on every person I talk to because I'm not going to remember anything. I'm just like,
Wow.
but
Look
I
at
love
that is so duplication. Do you see what she did? She went and showed us how do you start X39 Biz and where to find the form. It
yeah.
makes me so happy that we all know how to use all our tools. I'm just like, I'm glowing today.
Thank you so much, Marci, for doing this. It's like, it's the thing that's been missing for me in the area of network marketing, because what happens is things can grow out of our control. And if we don't have a system, then we start to, if anything that becomes overwhelming, we don't want to do. So if we have a system we can be organized, it just makes, for me, it makes all the difference in the world. So thank you, Sheila and Kiki. I love hearing what you're doing. It's going to help me work today.
Thank you, Lori. And we'll stop share screen now. And now you guys all know where it is. And anything else? We're talking lists today, but we'll move on, I promise. But you know what? In network marketing, professional network marketers are list makers. So if you are new to this call and you go, what are they talking about? It all starts with a list. 10 people you like. Get your list book. If you don't have one, go, you don't have to have 10 like Sheila yet. You don't have to have a big notebook like Kiki. You can start with going to Staples and paying $5, and you can be like me, which is a little frightening, but you can start that way where you just put 10 people you like, their name and their phone number. That's a good way to start. So you're not overwhelmed. And then what you're going to do is you're going to get so good at lists that you're going to be like these ladies where you take the list and you put some here and some there and you divide it up, because that's what we are. You know, my mentor who makes $140,000 a month, she said professional network marketers are master list makers. We work a list, then we go work our people's lists and their people's lists for them, of course. And we are master list makers. I remember when I first started network marketing, I thought network marketing were cold calling doctors' offices. I would drive around and set up offices like a little rep. And I met her and I showed her what I was doing. I was so excited. And she goes, oh my God, you've made me exhausted. I am never signing up in this business with you. I was devastated because like she was like the biggest, I thought I had her. She goes, and then she signed up with another company, and then she mentored me and she said, let me tell you something that's a lot easier than what you're doing as a little rep. Make a list. And you do exposing, follow-up, and closing calls. Add to your list. And then when you find other people that like what you're doing, help them work their list. Who do you know? Who do you know? We're always working within our list, helping our people's list. That's why we're here to list make. Bring 2 people here that are new, that have a list. Who do you know? It's always easier. You can find that doctor cold, tough, or you could find that doctor because Lori's my friend and her friend happens to be a doctor. And we just found that doctor through her warm list. Do you see the difference? You will close warm 80% of the time. Cold is 10%. Jan the other day was like, I'm so frustrated. I met all the people on the airplane and they're not even calling me back. I'm the worst network marketer ever. I said, you're not the worst network marketer ever. These are cold people. Of course that's going to happen. You have to turn them warm. You may or may not, but they are great practice. Great practice. So don't be so hard on yourself. Okay. That's just what this business is. We are list making. Okay. So the other thing that you want to have other than your list book is you want to have your calendar book. Who has a calendar book? It's very important. You must always book the next appointment. That's what we mean by watering with love. Always booking the next time you talk. I really started becoming more productive once I started getting a calendar book that allowed me to book on the hour like I'm a hairdresser. I suggest that because before I had a calendar that was just a monthly box, not by an hour. And I couldn't keep it together. Now I didn't work as hard because I couldn't remember what I was doing, but now I work really hard because, you know, you're doing it by the hour. So that's really good. I also really like to have my notebook. This is different than the list book. This is just day to day. This is maybe like Sheila might do it a little different, but if I was working, for example, out and about in Hawaii with Sheila and Kathleen, and we were out, you know, calling on offices, belly to belly means you're meeting people in the day of your life, you know, at Starbucks, calling on some offices, you know, going shopping, flying on the airplane and sitting next to the really cute guy, Jan, on the airplane and having a conversation for 3 hours. Oh, you have no idea. This guy was so cute. Like that is belly to belly, right? And you know what's great about belly to belly? It gives you a reason to talk to the really cute guy that you would never have the confidence to do before, right? So anyway, it's funny. But so you might in the notebook, like take their name and number here, right? Or information here. But then you always, when you're working, want to transfer stuff from your notebook to your list book. I find that my stuff doesn't get worked in my notebook until it makes it to the list book.
Agreed.
Yep.
Agreed.
Yeah, it has to make it to the list book. Also, your phone is your money. Make sure when you're getting people's numbers, not only do I put it in the list book, you guys, I take a picture of it so that I don't lose it, right? Or sometimes, you know, you might be at a restaurant and you're talking to somebody and you take their name on a napkin or something. Let's be honest, we're network marketers. Take a picture of that napkin, right? Or you'll lose it. And then from the picture, you got to get it to your list book or you will not work the lead. The napkin will fall in the garbage somewhere and you will miss it. Okay. That's important. The other thing that's important in your phone is that you want to make sure that your phone becomes a list. What do I mean by that? Take the time to put people in correctly. Okay. And I have an Apple. So what that means is right there, you put their name. Okay, I'll give Sheila, I'll give an example. Let's just pretend like I'm putting Sheila in. Sheila Hay, company. I would put LifeWave because I met her in LifeWave. I put /. I would put I think I would probably say something like she makes crystals. So I think I would put like crystal maker / Hawaii, or maybe even Maui. I might be specific enough to Maui / Kathleen. That means I know her from Kathleen. So when you do that, then you can actually go and you can search. I could find Sheila searching LifeWave, searching Maui, searching Crystal, and searching Kathleen. I can find her 4 ways. I can find Jan Rand. I met Jan Rand not in LifeWave. So she is Jan Rand, LifeVantage, OC, massage therapist, Michael Epstein. That's how I know Jan. I can search Jan 4 ways. So when I'm looking for a list, because I've been a network marketer for God knows how long, 15 years, how many network marketing lists do you guys think I have? Because I've been doing this for 10 years. I got a Prime My Body list. I got a LifeVantage list. I got a Moxor list. I even got a little bit of a Monavie list because that was my first company, but I forgot. I didn't know what I was doing back then, of course. I have there's another one I worked at some point, but you see what I'm saying, right? That allows you to list make. My phone is a list. A lot of people, like, before I understood how to do this with my phone, I literally have people in my phone with the name Lisa. Do you guys have that? Lisa. Who the heck's Lisa? Lisa. I don't even have a last name. Lisa, right? So, I mean, that was Marci before she became a network marketer, right? Your phone is your money. Take the time to make it your money. Okay. List making. Okay. So everybody good with the list? Awesome. Now, you can make your list from different things. Make sure that you are belly to belly list making. You're list making just in your everyday phone and life, meeting people out and about, list making from Facebook, from Instagram. If you're doing Clubhouse, like all we're doing is meeting people and getting their name and cell number on a list. That's all we do. That's the real purpose of network marketing. Okay, so now what we're going to do once we have that list, we do 3 calls. Okay, so here's you go. The first call is called the gifting exposing call. This is the call where Jan Rand will send a gift on your behalf. Today in the office, you can send out 3 today. How are we doing for inventory? How many did we send out yesterday? We have inventory? We're good? We can do 3? Okay, so we can do 3 gifts today, okay? And so what does that mean? So you basically want to do 3, 3, 3, ask, share, give, patch 3 a day, follow up with 3 a day, invite 3 to Zoom. When we do that, we ask a question, we share a quick testimonial about ourselves, we share a link, which is startx39now.com, and we give a gift, a 5-day supply. Jan, if you work the office, Jan sends that on your behalf. I pay for the stamp and I pay for the gift. It's really great on-the-job training, isn't it, Kiki? Now, you can also, you might not always want to give a gift. You might want to take a different fork in the road, which is if you like what you see, I can show you how to get it wholesale. That's what Bob Campbell does. I don't care. Do what you want. You guys get a pick. You know, if you think the gift is slowing the process, then don't gift. It doesn't matter. It's just here if you want it. Okay. So let's talk about the questions you ask. So you ready? Let's pretend like I'm calling Sheila. This is really tough. Hi, Sheila. What's going on with you?
I'm going to the beach.
Awesome. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to do I'm going to do this real quick. Okay. So what's going on with you? And then I finally found something that helps me with, based on what's going on with her. What do you know about stem cells? Or have you heard of stem cells? Now, you could say to Sheila, you could take that, what's going on with you, and you can make it more specific. Okay. What are you doing these days for fun? She just said she's going to the beach. What are you doing these days for work? How's your health? I would know she loves to go to the ocean. She loves playing golf. She started telling me that. She's loving her crystal business, but she wishes she had more residual. I believe that would be true. And, you know, her knees are, she used to hobble, not so much anymore, but that was Sheila maybe 3 years ago, right? So then I would say, well, I finally found something that's going to build a residual business and it's going to help those knees. What do you know about stem cells? Let me tell you what happened to me. I had breast cancer. I was a mess. On the 10th day, I felt like living again. I've been in remission now for 1.5 years, but you go check it out. Go to startx39now.com. Take a look, Sheila, at the first video on light. It's only 1 minute. And the second video on stem cells, it's 3 minutes. Can you take, Sheila, 4 minutes right now together and go watch those? And if you can, and you like what you see, text me your address and I'll send you a 5-day gift. Boom, the call is done. She's going to go look and she's going to tell you if she wants the gift. And if she wants it, she's going to give you the address. We use startx39now.com as the pre-qualifier site to see if they're worthy of the gift, right? You don't want to go to your Rolodex and send everybody you send a Christmas card to X39. You will cost me a fortune. You must pre-qualify. So Sheila is pre-qualifying with the Now site or with, she likes the app too. I don't care. Remember, 333, ask, share, give. We asked the question, what's going on with you? I finally found something that helps me with, what do you know about stem cells? Write those down. Let me tell you what happened to me. 30-second to 2-minute testimonial about yourself. But you go look at startx39now.com. If you like what you see, I'll send you a gift. Go to, or she could say, I'll send you a link, and she would use the app. A link's a link. I don't care if you use Now or the app, but you are using something to pre-qualify them before you send out a gift that I spend money on. Is that fair? Does everybody understand how to do that? Okay. That is your very first call. If you are new on the training today, that's all you're going to do. You don't even have to know how to do anything else. All you have to do is know how to make a list of 10 people with a phone number and ask those questions. And I will tell you, people are lonely right now after COVID. They want you to call them. They want you to listen to them. They want you to ask those questions. They will be in such gratitude if you make a phone call. And even if you haven't talked to them for a year, gosh, we've been in COVID. I'm sorry I haven't talked to you for a couple years. How are you? What's going on these days? What are you doing these days for fun, for work? How's your health? Those are questions that people want to answer. Just ask, right? So then what you're going to do is, Sheila, I always say talk and text and talk. Why do you do that? And how does that work for you?
I do it because I know that persistence is going to get attention. Okay. Just like that screaming child that, you know, you left in the kitchen and you ran to your bedroom, they're still screaming. You're going to go back to them. So I'm not screaming at people, but I'm calling them up and saying, hey, did you get the patches I sent? You did? Great. Let's talk about it. And then we text about it. Or it's important to keep those touches and show that you are connected to them and that you are following up. Because if you don't follow up, the biggest thing that I've found is you get nothing.
You don't follow up, you get nothing. How many texts do you think I have on my phone, Sheila?
Oh, right now?
Uh-huh.
Like the number that shows on your little thing? 394.
Nope.
1,000.
More.
Oh my holy goodness. Okay. 2,399.
Almost 1,871. I never delete a text. Never. I buy more memory in my phone. You know why? Because it is my text that is my tickler file. And I can literally go to a text and I can search. Oh gosh, let's say I could search whoever I want to search for the text stream, right? There's a girl by the name of, well, I'm not going to say the name, but I can literally go see what our last conversation is. You know, there's some different people that I'm trying to get into the business, and I just searched their name to see the last time we talked about things. I never delete a text, and the search on text is fan freaking awesome. Okay, so don't delete your text, use your text, right? And you know, my girlfriend, who's my colon therapist, who's not a network marketer, you know what she told me? She goes, I delete every email and every text. I just don't like to have it full. And I was horrified. I'm like, oh, you do not. I would never do that. You want to know how many emails I have? Somebody guess how many emails I have.
Oh God, 15,639.
24,307.
Holy goodness. That makes my OCD just go.
I never delete an email. You know why? Because I can search emails too. I do not get, and I know what else. How many contacts do you think are in my phone? You could go to the very bottom of your phone. How many contacts you think I have? This is fun today, Sheila. We haven't done something like this in a long time.
It's been a long time. Contacts. Oh God, Marci, you have got to have at least 4,000 contacts in your phone.
10,764. So somebody the other day said to me, you know, what did they say to me? They said something to the effect, and it's true, just because I have that many contacts in my phone, I still need to learn this social media thing that everybody's so good at other than me. And I will get there. And they said, you need a presence on Instagram, on Facebook, on da. And I thought to myself, I do. And then I said to myself, if I could just get through the 10,000 contacts in my phone, I'd be a very wealthy lady, right? So what I'm trying to say to you guys is contacts matter. Put them in right. Meet people. Do you know, I put everyone in my phone. I think 3 people called me yesterday that I didn't know yet. They were just calling me, asking me questions. The very first thing I do is say, what's your name again? What's your phone number? Let me put you in my phone so we can be friends. Everyone goes in my phone. Trust me when I say network marketers are all about contacts. So 3 things. Have your contacts set right. don't delete your text and don't delete your emails, and text and talk and talk and text and text and talk and talk and text. That is really a great way of doing the business. And you'll be like, oh my God, my phone's so full. Go get a phone with more memory. Now, I mean, okay, how many people do a business where all they need to do is spend money on a phone and a calendar book and a couple notebooks? That's all you have to spend money on. So make sure you have a phone with good memory. Okay, just do it. Okay, so go ahead, Sheila. Yep.
There's a question asked, how do you search texts? Oops. And when you open your text messaging up, at the very top, it says search. There's a bar, at least on an iPhone.
Yep, right there is the bar. Is there on Android too?
And so that's where you would search your texts.
Yep.
Magnifying glass, that, yeah. And then it says, Marci, where are you seeing how many texts and contacts you have on your phone?
Well, right here. Hold on. We're really having a good time today, aren't we? Hold on. Let me see if I can even do this. Give me a second.
And you know, one of the things I haven't shared this with Marci yet, but I'm helping teach a neuroenergetic NLP class right now. And one of the things that my mentor teacher, master practice teacher said yesterday was, anytime you are vague, people find it more acceptable. And the more details you are giving them, the more they will reject you. So I thought that was kind of interesting, because it's about, you know, when I started into the business, before Marci was doing all this amazing gifting for people, I literally went into my telephone and I just sent 3 to 5 patches to every single person in my phone. And I spent thousands of dollars doing that. And I didn't follow up, and I didn't understand the process back then. And I wasted time and money and energy, because not only was I doing that, but I was puking verbally all over people, trying to give them too much information, and how wonderful the copper peptide down to the blah, 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 blah. You know, people don't need all of that information.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I think that the key is your list and to pre-qualify with the Now site on a 4-minute light and stem cell. And if they like it, then you do that. And then you follow up. And, you know, Sheila, that's why I said, don't do the Rolodex of Christmas cards if you're not going to follow up. It's just, you know, Sheila wasted a lot of money, right? And less is always more. You know, you could send a great before after picture from Telegram and call it a day. You know what I mean? So, but here is, you see how I have 1,087 texts and 24,000 emails. So there's that. And then you could basically just go like this and text, and there's how you search Jan, right? So that is how you would do that kind of thing, right? And so so that, and then your contacts, this is where you would go, boom, contacts. And this is, you can go to the bottom of your contacts, and that's where you see how many contacts you have in your phone, right? And then you can search your contacts too. So let's go see if I did a very good job on Jan or not. I don't really 100% know. Let's go see. That's the wrong one. So I have a couple duplicates. So I have LV Michael / Arthur. So I could do this a little bit better. And then I could slash that she's from OC. And then I could slash, you see what I do here? Then I could slash that she's a massage therapist as well. She was, if I could spell. Okay, so now I could go search, right? I could search massage therapist. Let's see how many massage therapists I have in my book.
Wow, look at them all.
Those are all, let's see, is Jan there? Do you see Jan under massage?
Yeah, I thought I did, under the J's.
All those people, look at all those people are
Yes.
massage therapists. Can you even believe that? I got a lot of work. I need to go call all those massage therapists, right?
Girl, you better be getting on the job.
And then let's go look at LifeVantage people. These are all people that used to work LifeVantage with me. That's another network marketing company, right? Look at all those people. Those are all LifeVantage people. Is that crazy?
it's amazing is what it is, Marci.
So that's just the power of list making, right? It's just my phone. I just what's the word? Categorize my phone correctly, and it can be very powerful. Okay, everybody with me? Okay, so let's go back to, we only have about 8 minutes. So once again, if you're new to the call, you're just going to gift, and you're going to say a list of 10 and their phone numbers. You're going to call, what's going on with you? I finally found something that helps me with. What do you know about stem cells? Let me tell you what happened to me, your testimonial. But you take a look at startx39now.com. Take a look at the first video of light, 1 minute, the second video of stem cells, 3 minutes. It's 4 minutes of your time to see if you want the gift. When they say yes, you're going to say, let me send you, send me the address. And then you're going to go to startx39 biz.com. And that's when you're going to go, Sheila, can you let people in? And that's when you're going to go down to the office. We're power of 3. We use this tab. Remember how Laura said we use the 14 steps to find documents and all our stuff? That's right. The BeActivating office is where you find the gifting form. So you click on that and you go down to the training guide and you click on the guide and you just go to where you see the picture of the gift. You know that you're close, and then up a little bit and there's the gifting form. So what you're going to do is you're going to go, and when you start the call in about 7 minutes, we'll give you the code of the day. Should we say the code of the day now, just so it's fun? How about the code of the day is, how about, should we do shine again? Since we are so excited about shine, the code of the day will be shine. Sender's first name, let's say that's Sheila Hay, and her phone number with dashes. And then she called her friend Susie Smith, Susie's address, city, state, zip, submit. And then it goes to Jan Rand, and she's putting together the gift that goes out on Sheila's behalf. And it's going to look like that. And on the back, we'll have Sheila's name and phone number so they know it came from her. But what's going on? If Jan sends those and Sheila doesn't follow up, is it a waste of my money? Yes, it is. So your job is to make sure you know who you send the gift to, because on Monday, you'll be needing to call them on Monday to follow up, because it's going to take time for the gift to come out. It's Thanksgiving, all that stuff. So Monday will be your follow-up. It's not Jan's job to manage your list. Please do not call Jan and say, who did I gift? You should know, otherwise you shouldn't be here doing the work. Okay, so that's truth. Okay, so that, go ahead.
Marci, the way that I take care of that is, as soon as I enter that form to Jan, I go back to my book or my phone, whatever you're tracking it in, and you need to write requested gift. Okay.
Oh, I like that.
Requested gift and the date. And that way in your head, it isn't Jan's responsibility. It's mine. Right. And
Right.
so if I need to, however I've got to do it, either when I first started this, I didn't put the date, and it kind of messed me up, because I was like, oh geez, wow, I had to go back to my paperwork and say, wow, I met these people at the swap meet 2.5 months ago. Maybe I should follow up. Right. So make sure you put a date that you requested in your information.
Especially if you're calling me to follow up on something, if I don't have the date, I have to go through like thousands of names. So if you call me to follow up on something, I need the date that you requested and the person's name. Also, if you're sending to 2 people in one household, if it's a husband and wife, you could put Bob and Sue on the first name. It saves an envelope and a stamp. And if you get 3 a day, 2 people in one household is considered 2 gifts. So
Perfect. So if you're new on the call, all you're going to gift today, you guys can gift 3 today. And then if you gift more than 3, Jan will only fill the 3, and she'll text you and say, you did more than 3, you'll have to do the others yourself. Okay. So only 3 a day. and the code of the day is shine. We do have 4 minutes, so I'm going to show the people who are needing to know how to follow up quickly how to do it. Follow up is really pretty basic, and all you do on follow up is go back to the guide and read how you're going to follow up. So, well, that would be great if I could share screen the right page for all of you guys. Hold on, give me a minute, please. Can you guys see this? Can you see this? Okay.
Yes.
So you go back to the office, and then you're going to go to the guide again, and it's going to remind you how to follow up. The good news is you already learned all about list making. You already learned how to do the gifting call. You know how to do all of this. Look at how much you've already learned today. Boom, 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 all done, done. You're so smart. Everything's good. Now we're at follow up. So here it is. Did you call them up? Just like, you know, how you like to call somebody that you give them a birthday or a Christmas gift to, and you want to know if they got it, do they like it? I mean, it's fun, right? You're as excited to know their reaction as they are to receive the gift. That's the energy of the follow-up. It's not like, oh, I'm trying to sell you something. No, it's, did you get your gift? Oh, you did. Where is it? Did you put them on? You don't know where they are? Oh, well, let's go find them together. Go get them now. Let's put them on together. Let me explain to you what I sent you. Let me explain the technology. And I always have an envelope with me. And if you don't have an envelope, then you should order a few from Jan, because you can get a gifting bag for free for Jan, which is basically 10 of these envelopes, a little black bag, and it's all done for you. Just email her. Jan, put your email in chat. Anybody that works the office gets free stuff from me, because I'm a minimalist and I don't know how else to spend my money other than on you guys. So that's my big problem. Once I figure out how to spend it other places, we might have trouble. Anyway, so get your gift. And this is the envelope. So you say to the person, well, let me explain the technology. I just got on these myself. I don't even really know how they work. Do you have the envelope, Susie? You do? Let's read it together. And you literally read it to her together. Do you know one of my biggest business partners in another company? We call this a script. Network marketers are 3 things. We book the next appointment. You got a calendar book now. We make lists and we read scripts. Do you know why I made this envelope? Because I couldn't remember how the technology worked. So I wrote it on an envelope so I could read it. So all you do is you say, I don't know, let's read it. And one of my biggest builders in another company got her biggest builder by meeting at Starbucks. They had a piece of paper like this with a script. And she says, I don't really know what this is, but I'm going to read you the piece of paper. And they both started building the business huge, and they just kept reading the piece of paper to everybody. Like literally, like it's not that hard, right? So that's the reason. This is a gifting envelope, and this is a script of how the technology works. So read it. And then you explain to people how to put it on. You just say, hey, take it like this and stick it behind the back of your neck. Done. Follow up, basically over. Not that hard, right? However, a couple other things you might want to ask in follow up. What's going on with you? That's when you take notes. What's been going on with you? Oh, you can't sleep at night. Oh, you have arthritis. Oh my God, there's so many things going on. And then you ask a few questions. You ready? Well, my friend was on a testimonial call last week. Do you want me to send that to you? She had some great results on arthritis. They say yes or no. Usually they want to see it. Yes. Would you like to come to a patching podcast? They're just 30 minutes to learn more. Okay, I'll send that to you. You know, based on arthritis, there's a couple other patches other than X39 you might like. Would you like me to send you the 1-page summary of all of our technologies? And I'll send you a price list. And if they say yes to all of it, you say great. And then you hang up. And then what are you going to do? Remember, text and talk, talk and text. The reason you text the links is that's a watering. That's your second watering. And you just say something to the effect of, it was so nice talking to you, Sheila. Let me send, here are the links. I don't overdo it. I don't write a paragraph. I send the 4 links. Here is the testimonial of my friend Lisa. the link of the Zoom from Telegram. Here is tonight's patching podcast. I send the invite for Tuesday night from the Biz site. Here's the one page of all the patches. I send the one page patching summary from Take an Order from the Biz site. Here is the price list, which is really the first order form from the Biz site. Link, 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 send. I did this for one of my doctors who I was helping the patient behind the scenes. That's all I did. I sent him the 4 links. He texts me back. He goes, I want to have a Zoom on this. I'm ready to sign up. We get a Zoom. You know what he says to me? I want to go to that one page thing. I want to talk about what I should fill my kit with. I said, okay. I mean, like literally, he took me to the link. It was beautiful, right? So that's the follow-up, right? And then those are the links. I usually do those 4 links, okay? And once again, you can find those links at startx39biz.com under, this is where you kind of have to know the business site, 14 steps to success, okay? The tab 5, write this down. This is where you go to get your testimonials. You got to join the Telegram library. If you don't know how to do it, call Jan. Jan, put your phone number in chat. She'll tell you. But this is where you would go find a testimonial or the before and after pictures right there. Then you could go to tab 8, invite to podcast. This is where you go pick an invite and you send whatever invite. What's tonight? Tuesday. There's our Tuesday night podcast with Kathleen. She's on the call right now.
Mhm.
Then you go take the order, tab 9. This is where you go send them. I call this pricing, but it's really also the order form. So when they're ready, you just, you send the link, you do the follow-up, they open the link with their finger on the phone and you take the order, right? But I call it a price list when I send it to them. And then here's the one page that my one gentleman could not wait to tell me to look at with him, right? It's great. That's it. So that's your follow-up. You're just sending links. The closing call would be what? It would just be calling them back. And you need to do it as they're wearing their 5 patches. Follow-up is important to do as they're wearing their 5 patches. If you follow up 3 months later and then you say they didn't feel anything, you didn't do it right. You must follow up as they're wearing the patches. So what do? You then you teach them how to wear it. You call them why they're wearing the patches still to give them the links. And then you call them again on their last day of the patches and you say what? Well, did you watch the testimonial? Oh yeah, it was good, huh? Did you go to the podcast? Oh, you didn't have time. That's okay. Did you ever look at the one page? Oh, you did. Well, let's look at the pricing. And you go $149, $119. I like the silver kit for $299. Yes, we need to do 2 X39s and Ian and an ice wave because you have arthritis and 1 X39 the following month to keep your stem cells activating. And you shut up. You always put the auto ship in because 100%, if you don't do it, it's a no. If you do put it in, it's 80% yes. And Kathleen and I know that to be truth because we learned the hard way. And you take their information. As soon as you have their information, then what you're going to do is you're going to go back to this site and you're going to go, oh my gosh, I just filled out my order form, like Marci said. And now I need to put it in my back office, but I'm clueless how to do it, which is fine because that's how it all starts. You know, when Peter and I first started, we kept getting the red when we filled the kit. And we could not figure out what we were doing. You know, we're like, it's always red. We can't get any product. It's always red. And so you would go down here and you would go to input the order in the back office and it will teach you how to do it. Or you can call who? Jan Rand and she'll teach you because she gets paid to do all the details. Isn't that great? So that is basically what we do. The gifting call, the follow-up call, and the closing call. If you're new today, you're just going to gift, so don't get overwhelmed. If you're not new, you needed to know the follow-up and the closing call. So once again, we're going to start working. You can have 3 gifts today. And if you're not new, you do how many follow-up calls before you gift? 4. How many closing calls do you do before you gift? 2. Remember, Tomorrow, Wednesday, we will be giving away Visa gift cards for everything you closed this week and last week, even though we were in Costa Rica, you guys still worked. So be closing. And remember, the other thing is, because I'm the boss today, go to your personal enrolled tree, take all the names and numbers and text the 30% special. Sheila, if you could put what that is on chat, 30% off of X39 Ice Wave, Alavita Skincare, SP6, and Nirvana. And then we also have the new Aroma Mist, Shine, and Dream. Shine seems to be increasing testosterone by about 120% for the men. And the oxytocin, the love hormone, seems to be keeping tissues very youthful for women. Good reason to order. With that, let's get to work.
Marci, if you make me co-host, I can let people in.
Okay, great. And I'm going to stop the recording while we work.